All right, everyone, welcome back. We are here. We had a little bit of a technical difficulty, and we thought we had an emergency that Chad was not going to be able to attend for, but luckily he was able to take care of that and get right back in it for this segment. Super excited to have him on. This is the Smooth Shaman, aka Chad Collins. He will be delivering an amazing lecture on mental health and well-being. So I'm going to go ahead and pass the torch to him so he can talk to you all about this holistic healing perspective. Enjoy.
Thank you. All right, well, first off, happy Sunday to everybody. Hope everybody's doing okay. Thank you for tuning in. As Rissa said, we thought we had a technical difficulty, but there just was some wires crossed and we got it taken care of. So I'm going to share my screen. I do have a PowerPoint for you. And in that, I'll tell you a little more about myself and my background as a clinical mental health counseling associate, working through my master's degree. So without further ado, I'm going to get here and upload this. Let's see here. And play. All right, so this is a PowerPoint all about mental, emotional well-being, as the lecture says it will be, by myself, Chad G. Collins, the Smooth Shaman, a therapist intern, currently finishing my master's degree in clinical mental health counseling. So why do I care about mental health? I guess from a young age, I've always kind of been that person for people. I've always been that counselor friend, that confidant, that person that people feel comfortable bringing their emotions to and just venting to. And naturally, I accepted that role. I'm naturally a good listener, care a lot about just what people have to offer when they do bring things to me. And I found a lot of joy in just helping people in that way. So from there, as I began to mature and learned a little bit more about counseling and psychology, I began to find that although I liked psychology and the scientific aspect of it, I was always more drawn to the counseling aspect, as it allows me the one-on-one relationship with my clientele and with people that I work with. When I was in undergrad, I myself dealt with some mental health issues, began to deal with depression on a regular basis, and at the time had no idea about it. From what I understood, depression was just, only presented as one thing. And I had assumed, and there's a bit of a stigma in many communities about it, that, I was too strong to feel mental health problems or to deal with depression or anxiety and things like that. And I was humbled very, very quickly, and ended up having to reach out for help myself. And it was the best thing I ever did. And it also enriched my love of mental health and how I can help people in that way. So that's just a little bit about myself and how I got kind of on this path. And so from there, we go into the audience. I ask you now, how often do you check in with yourself? How often do you gauge how you're feeling? How often do you take the time to take a step back and to truly ask yourself, how am I today? Am I having a good day? Am I not having so good of a day? Did something minor happen and did it really ruin my day? Or have I already been having a bad day and did something minor just exacerbate it? I ask you this just because it's very important that we check in with ourselves on a daily basis, and oftentimes several times throughout the day. A day can start off maybe not so well and end up great, or a great day or a great morning can lead to maybe a not so great evening. And it's important as a part of your mental health and well-being that you check in with yourself constantly and consistently, and ask yourself, how you're feeling. And so here it comes this cute meme I found here. Like, are you okay? How often do you just check in with yourself and ask yourself, are you okay? Because with that, it's okay to say that you're not okay. I think we're so kind of forced into this this lifestyle, especially in those of us that are in the West here in America. We're essentially just expected to show up and just be ready at all times, to always be in a productive mindset, to always be productive. And as humans, we are creatures that, unfortunately, we have things that change and things that happen for us that can make it harder to show up on certain days. So it's okay to not be okay. And it's okay to say that you're not okay. You don't always have to put on that face, because even if you have that smiling face on, you might still be struggling within. As you see here, this picture that this artist did, I'm not sure who the artist is, but they captured it so just beautifully. There's so many of us who are walking around with a smile on our face and everything looks like we have it all together. But our inner child, our inner selves, in our mind, we are struggling. We are not happy. And it takes the authenticity, the honesty with yourself to really put those two together, to understand like, yeah, I have this mask on, but behind this mask, I'm struggling. And to be able to pull from that pain within, pull it out, is the beginning of you know, taking a part of this mental health journey and beginning to make changes and choices for yourself to help that inner child, so that inner child can be just as happy as your exterior, as that face, so that the mask is not a mask, but it is your true representation of who you're really feeling and how you're really feeling. It's okay to not feel stable, to feel unstable. It's okay to dissociate. It's okay to hide from the world. It's okay to need help. It's okay not to be okay. Your mental illness is not a personal failure. This is just a beautiful meme that I found that just really encapsulates the entire idea of it. It's so often we're afraid to show ourselves, and we're afraid to show ourselves when we're not in our best self. We're not showing up as who we think we should show up as. Too often we find ourselves either wanting to hide and feeling bad for hiding, and that's okay. It's okay to sometimes just not be able to show up for the world. It's okay to not feel like you're up to it, like you're not ready to be your best self. It's not a personal failure. It's a struggle that you have. It's a battle that you're fighting, and that you're wrestling with. And there are some days are easier than others. As with all enemies or all adversaries that we might come against, sometimes it may be harder or stronger than other times, and we just have to find our different ways to work through it. And also, I can't help but harp on this enough. It's also okay, if you're not okay, to ask for professional help, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. So often, especially in some communities, speaking for myself as a Black man, I know that in the Black community, there has been a bit of a stigma around mental health and around working with doctors as it relates to your mental health. But a big part of why I got into this work as well is to break that stigma, to break that idea that you can't you get professional help, then something's wrong, and it's a last resort. You should never even have to think about it. It's okay to realize that something's wrong, and realize that maybe you don't feel comfortable talking to your friends or your family, that maybe you want to talk to somebody who is that third party, that unbiased opinion, who is professionally trained to help you through these things. There's nothing wrong with that. And I highly implore you, if you're feeling that maybe you need some things to talk about, maybe you need someone to talk to, don't hesitate to reach out to any professionals that you know of. Definitely reach out if you have insurance. You can call your insurance hotline, and they will get you in contact with mental health professionals that are in your network. There are also many free mental health professionals working now that are giving their services away pro bono. Many people don't know that many universities offer extremely discounted or free counseling by interns like myself. As we work through our hours, we are giving away free counseling and free hours. And just don't hesitate. Don't hesitate to ask for help. It's okay to do that. So another question that I have for all of you is, what do you do daily for your mental health? What part of your day, or even if it's not a part of your day, what activities, what maybe it's a book you're reading, or maybe it's a movie you're watching, maybe it's just your favorite snack food. What are you doing daily for your mental health? And here on this next slide, I have found another meme from Mental Health Foundation, a mentalhealth.org in the United Kingdom organization. Here are 10 ways to look after your mental health, and I love all of these. So one is to talk about your feelings. I know, speaking as a man, the masculine often feels that they must hide themselves. They must hide what they're feeling. They must keep that strong stone wall face and kind of just that grim look, because that's what we're taught is the right thing to do. And unfortunately, it's not. It's more important to talk about your feelings, to allow yourself to be authentic and to be who you are, and to let that thing out. To keep active, another great thing that you can do. Just physical activity is a great way to work on your mental health as well. All of these, as we talk about holistic healing, I'm a huge proponent that all things are connected, and that as your physical health is taken care of, so is your mental health. All these things are connected. The same way it goes to your emotional well-being, as we'll talk a little bit more about that later. Eat well, eat good foods, eat more vegetables, eat more fruits, drink more water. These things can naturally raise your mental health as well. And these can be great things to do to help you out. take a break. Some of it, as we talk about the Western style of living, and how many of us are just committed to productivity, and we all want to be productive, and we all want to take a step forward every day. But it's okay to take a break. You can run the risk of running your battery down to the point where there is no more charge. And when that happens and you're forced to take a break, um, you're forced to take that step back and realize that you've overdone it. Whereas you can take a break before, maybe plan a break. Maybe if you have a strenuous day, plan out 5 to 10 minutes if you can in the middle of your day, maybe during lunch or something like that, and just take that break just to allow yourself to de-stress a bit. Drink sensibly. For those of you who may be of alcohol age and who do enjoy partaking in alcoholic beverages, make sure that you're consciously consuming those beverages. It can be very easy to fall into a trap of addiction, as many people have and many people do. Many people wrestle with that on a daily basis. But it's important that if you are someone who drinks socially, to understand the implications of that and to truly know what you're drinking, truly know how much you're drinking, and to keep an eye on that and keep that conscious. Keep in touch. Keep in touch with family, especially right now in this time of COVID and Corona, as many things are limited to us, many social gatherings and things like that. A lot of us are forced to only remain social via social media or FaceTime, other modalities like that. Don't hesitate to use them. Call your friends, call your family, call your coworkers that you're close with that you may have not seen in a while. Take the time to do that. Plan a FaceTime meeting or a Zoom party. There's many things to do, but definitely pull on those people that you consider close to you and your support network. Do something you're good at. It could be anything you're good at. Maybe you're good at writing. Maybe you're good at reading. Maybe you're good at just being there for people, which also going along with care for others. But do something that you know that you're good at and that makes you feel good. Accept who you are. This one, although it's simple there with a smiley face, is obviously easier said than done. But one of the biggest problems I see, or issues that I see people working with, is that lack of congruity between who they think they are and who they actually are. And bridging that gap is huge for your mental health. If you can find ways to accept who you are, to love yourself, to be yourself, and unapologetically allow yourself to shine through. This is one of the best things you can do for your mental health. It's just being authentic, not hiding yourself, not hiding behind that mask like we talked about earlier. Ask for help. Ask for help. It is not weak to ask for help. It is strong to be able to acknowledge where you may be not at your strongest and where someone else is stronger and they can help you. The best people don't do everything on their own. The best people know how to keep a team of people around them to assist them with things. And you are capable of being your best self. And it's okay to ask for help in order for you to get to your best self. And again, care for others. It has been shown in many a study just that altruistic acts of love and care for others naturally raise our own vibration and naturally improve our mental health. So whether that's volunteering, maybe it's just telling a stranger you like their mask, for those of us that are wearing masks everywhere now, or tell you like your hat. Just a nice, kind gesture can go a long way, not only for yourself and the person you're helping, but just for everyone that you are connected to. So you may be sitting there thinking, as I've droned on a bit about all of this, like, yeah, this all sounds good, but why should I care about my mental health? Well, the reason you should care is because you matter. In this day and age, we often, we hear about, Black Lives Matter, and all these other organizations using the, we matter, they matter, him, she, her, everyone else matters. But it's so important that you remember that you matter. You're watching this video right now. You who are listening to this lecture, you matter. That's it. Point blank, period. You matter. Remember that. Now, moving forward to emotional well-being. What if I told you that your emotions are signals? So often we look at our emotions and we just kind of become controlled by them. It can be easy to fall into a fit of anger or rage before we even know it. But instead of being that feeling, maybe don't be it, just feel it. Don't allow the feeling to overtake your entire life. Just allow it to be a feeling, embrace it, allow it to, wherever it feels, wherever it is. Maybe you're angry and you feel tension in your chest, feel that tension. Also, if you feel tension in your chest, maybe call a doctor, but feel that tension, feel that. Where is it coming from? Where is it at? Ask yourself, why am I feeling this? What led to this feeling? Is there what is the precursor, the precipitating event to this feeling? Don't just be a feeling, investigate it, ask questions about it. And this can help you to break the cycle of, being sad or feeling sad and deciding you're going to be sad, or feeling mad and just deciding you're going to be mad, or even if you're happy, feeling happy and just, being happy. Investigate your happiness. Why am I happy? What made me happy? What can I do to bring more of this happiness or other positive feelings into my life? I pose to you that your feelings are not finite. They are fluid. They change. As with everything, we're constantly growing and changing. Your feelings will change too as different situations become available to you or as things change. They are not fact, but instead hypotheses. They are not written in stone. Just because you're mad right now doesn't mean a minute or two from now you can't feel better. It's an hypothesis. And just like a scientist, which you are the scientist and the experiment, get the best of both worlds. If you don't like the potential outcome that will potentially come from your hypothesis, change the variables. Okay, I know that I woke up and I'm not in a good mood today. What can I do to change the variables? Well, I don't normally drink water when I first wake up. Maybe I'll drink some water. Well, I normally don't. I like to pray, and pray makes me feel better. Maybe I should pray or meditate, or maybe I should listen to a song that really feels good. Change the variables if you want to change the outcome. Don't just allow that feeling to sit on you and weigh on you. You do have options to do otherwise. So, as I come to the end of my brief lecture here, I again want to thank you all for being here, but I do have to ask of you a favor. Now, if you could all do me one favor, well, a couple favors, but the first, I want you to promise yourself right now that you will commit to improving and or maintaining your mental health. Now, there's many ways to do that, some of which we discussed here. And I implore you all to do the research, do some Googles, and don't hesitate to reach out to a professional if you feel the desire or need, or you feel that you want that help. But I want you to, no matter what, commit to improving your mental health or maintaining your mental health if you feel that you're at a level that you would like to maintain. I also ask that you promise yourself that you'll listen to your emotions and make changes as necessary. If you're not feeling well and you want to change that, I ask that you promise yourself that you will do what's hard. And it's not easy to do. If you're in a bad mood, it's not easy to go do something that makes you feel better. It's easy to fall into the rhythm of that bad mood, of those emotions that you don't like, and to allow those to continue. It's easy to fall into ruminating thoughts of maybe of inadequacy or things that make you upset, and allowing your thoughts to continue to drive those emotions. But I challenge you to make the changes as necessary to raise your vibration and improve your emotional self and your mental self. And above all, as we end this, I implore you all, if you need that help, talk to a family member, talk to a friend, seek help from a professional if you need to. Whatever the case may be, I just implore you to do what you know or feel is best for your mental and emotional well-being. With that being said, that ends my lecture. I want to thank you all for your time. Thank you for being here. I hope that this lecture has helped you or enriched you in some way, shape, or form. I'm Chad Collins. Instagram, you can find me at Smooth Shaman, SMOOTHSHAMAN. Then also at I am Chad, CHADGC, at both pages. And again, thank you for your time and thank you for everything. And I think that's all I have.
Thank you so much, Smooth Shaman. What an amazing share. Such helpful and direct information for all of those out there who are needing some help and support in their mental health and well-being and emotional health and well-being as well. I know this lecture really, really helped a lot of the audience, so thank you so much. And to all of you watching, thank you so much for joining, and make sure to stay tuned for the next segment, which will be a beautiful lecture about herbology from Rooted Earth Apothecary, Cassandra Arias. So we'll see you then at 3:30 MST.